Twist on me like ties, I swear the time quit for a minute. And my whole world became a better place when I realized she was in it. And now she's always on my mind, and think about her all the time. And I know there's no escape from me, 'cause she's got that kind of smile that makes you wanna make her laugh, the kind of touch that makes you wanna hold her hand. Anything about a girl I thought that I could ever want. You know she got that kind of kiss that'll make you forget everything. It's like the song you play over and over again. Whatever it is about a girl that keeps a man coming back. You know she got that. You know she got that. Yeah, she's got that. Oh. Holding her closer makes my world stop. When it's not spinning, I'm standing on the very top. When the air seems thin and it gets hard to breathe, I can tell you now, there's no place I would rather be. She's got that kind of smile that makes you wanna make her laugh, kind of touch that makes you wanna hold her hand. Anything about a girl I thought that I could ever want. You know she got that kind of kiss that'll make you forget everything. It's like the song you play over and over again. Whatever it is about a girl that keeps a man coming back. You know she got that. Yeah, she's got me wishing I could see her more. Counting down the minutes till I'm at her door. Can't get away, but what I want to get away. She's got that kind of smile that makes you wanna make her laugh, the kind of touch that makes you wanna hold her hand. Anything about a girl I thought that I could ever want. You know she got that kind of love that hold on to the very end, like the song you play over and over again. Whatever it is about a girl that keeps a man coming back. You know she got that. You know she got that. Yeah, she's got that.
Welcome back to another Artist Spotlight. I'm President of Harmony, Joe Foy, and today I am joined by Jake Desormo.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So I want to talk, about yourself. Let's start by going back in time. Tell me, like, where you grew up, and then we'll get to kind of what you do as a musician.
Well, sounds good. Well, growing up, I grew up in a musical family anyways. I always saw my father and my brother playing, my older brother Brent and my father Scott. They played in bands when I was a kid and stuff. So I saw that and always wanted to play. Grew up going to church and stuff like that. And really, that was where I started to pick up the instrument and get interested. But I grew up around here, Watertown area. Actually, I met you when we were teenagers up in Carthage.
Yeah, right at the church that you played
at. The church up there, yeah.
And I was honestly blown away because you were playing bass at the time.
And that's actually all I ever wanted to do. Yep, bass was always my primary instrument and something I don't get to do very often anymore.
Yeah, because you've been, we played together the other day at the Irish Fest.
Yes.
What would you define yourself as in terms of a musician?
A bassist who has to play guitar and sing? No.
And that's funny. I mean, you have to play guitar and sing because you write music.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it is hard to write music on bass.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. And I don't think anybody would really want to listen to it on its own if you do.
Right. Maybe you can start with a bass line.
Right. Then you got to build it. Yeah. But I mean, singer-songwriter, acoustic soloist is really what I primarily do right now.
And you've gone through some different genres now. First of all, so speaking of your family, so there was it was Ransom?
Ransom,
Yes.
yep, and
Yeah.
we actually still do that.
You still play?
Yep.
All right. And who's in that band?
So it's my father again, Scott Desormo, my brother, Brent Desormo. My brother and I kind of share vocals. We split it 50-50, harmonize with each other. He plays drums, and my father plays bass. I play either acoustic or electric and sing. And sometimes we're joined by another one of my buddies, Noah Angerson, when we want a 4-piece.
Awesome. So it's usually 3, but you can sometimes do 4.
Yep.
What kind of stuff is that band doing?
So it's country rock. We mix some Three Doors Down, Daughtry kind of stuff in there, but mostly country. We like some of the edgier stuff like Brantley Gilbert and some of the more driving Jason Aldean songs and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And now you, as a solo artist, I mean, you kind of define yourself as also playing country rock.
Yes. Definitely leaning more into the country than the rock lately.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been other bands too, which one's kind of on the back burner right now, which is Disorder, which is a hard rock band.
Right.
We're not done. It's just I'm as I'm doing this acoustic stuff, more focused on the country, the country stuff. I love them both, so it's so hard to decide which way to go, and I think there's really a gap around here for country music.
There is, and it's actually surprising.
Yeah.
Considering the demographic.
Right.
When you, like at the Irish Fest, when you would throw in some country songs, people just, immediately.
They start singing, they know it. Yep.
And then your songwriting, has also gone back and forth between heavier rock to country as well.
Yep, and some other stuff I don't even know how to quantify. Like, I just write whatever comes to me, and sometimes it's really heavy, and sometimes it's old school country, and again, sometimes I don't know what to call it.
Yeah. All right. So I want to talk about Disorder a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was like your original music mixed with who's in that first of all?
Okay, so I already mentioned him earlier. Noah Angerson, he plays a little bit with Ransom and my other thing a little bit. He plays bass guitar in that band, and then Sam Woodrick plays drums and sings some backup. And I'm the front man with the electric guitar.
Awesome. And that's kind of heavier.
Yep.
On the heavier end. I've seen you play at multiple places. I've seen you at Garland City for the storytelling event.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. It was Joey, it was yourself, it was Josie, the 3 J's.
3 J's, yeah.
And you were fantastic.
Thank
you. Your songs would go anything from, kind of the cowboy chords to you really doing something up on the neck.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just start writing. I don't know where the songs are going to go, wherever they lend themselves to, wherever the music wants to go. Again, I don't know what genre they're going to fall in, but I just take them wherever I feel.
And it's enthralling. It's enthralling to watch the whole thing. So you got Garland City. We played together at the Irish Fest.
Irish Fest, yeah.
Where are some other places that you have played or are playing?
That's a hard question for me to answer because I've got over 100 more gigs booked this year so far.
Yeah, so you can't put them
on.
So
yeah, it's hard. It's just all a big blur. It's easier to pull the calendar out. But
what we'll do. Do you have, or maybe I can get those gigs from you?
Yeah.
At least the ones that are going to be in the next coming months.
I usually post a month or two in advance on my website.
Okay, so we'll link to your website so people can see where those gigs are. Because you are a full-time musician.
I am a full-time musician, yeah.
And that is as of how long ago?
It was July of 2022. I quit my job to make it a full-time thing. So I was working near Gerberg for 11 years.
Really?
Yeah. So it was a career job,
Yeah.
But, I saw the opportunity to step out and see where I could take it.
Was there a spark that did it, or was it over time you just kind of thought about it?
There was definitely a spark. So I always told myself I was going to go out and do the acoustic stuff. All through my 20s and stuff. I'm 33 now, but I didn't really start doing it until December of 2021. So I was 31, and about 6 months into that, I realized, hey, I can do something with this. So I saw the opportunity kind of come up. Kind of some things shifted at work, and it's like, I think now's the moment. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's already paid off because the reason that you're here today. I know you, of course, but there's several people on our board that have been like, "Have you gotten him? Have you gotten him?" And people keep saying it to me all the time. They're
That's
like,
awesome.
Have you seen Jake play? And it's like, yeah, I actually have. So and it's nice to say that.
That's definitely awesome. It's cool to hear that people are enjoying it enough to want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Now, going a little bit back to your original music, how many songs do you have recorded approximately?
So recorded and released, I have 4 songs for Disorder right now that we've already released that are available on all the platforms. I also have 3 country songs that I did a long time ago it was just kind of fun back then.
Yeah.
Going to be working on a lot more. Also in the process of recording, I think 4 more Disorder songs right now.
Awesome.
Yep. So,
and you can find those on most streaming platforms?
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you listen to music, you can find them on YouTube as well.
Do you do most of your own recording, or who does that?
So it's varied a little bit. With my country stuff, I had my buddy Danny Allen, which he lives down in Auburn now, so we don't really get together quite as often as we used to. But since technology has changed so much, it's easier to record from home. So I'm doing a lot of the recording from home anyways. Also, Bryant Pignon's been helping me with some vocal stuff. Yeah, the mixing and stuff is, I farm that out because I want it to be a professional quality, and I know that I can get it all right, but I'm not going to get to the level that the music deserves to be on my own.
Yeah, no,
so
I need to start doing that.
It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, good to know. Had you tried to mix yourself?
Yeah, I do a little bit of mixing here and there, and I think there's only 1 song I've released that I mixed myself, and when I go back and listen to it, it's like, it could be better.
Yeah, but you don't go back and listen to the stuff that was done by somebody else and think it could be better? In terms of you don't have to be...
No, you're fine. I go back, when I look at the production quality, my old country music, it's like, I was still learning how to be a recording artist myself.
Right.
So the source could have been better right out of the gate, you know?
Yeah.
With the Disorder stuff, the guy that I had do that, like, it's by far better than anything I ever expected to be as far as production quality goes.
Yeah.
And he's going to be mixing the next project as well, because he is fantastic. Now, on my end, I'm like, oh, I could have played this different. But as far as mixing goes, it's like, I will be going back to him for that rock stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go back and listen to that stuff on occasion, or?
On occasion, I have a hard time listening to myself.
Yeah.
I do, just to try to learn from it, and sometimes I need to relearn how to play some stuff if I haven't played it in a while. But every now and then I'll throw it on just to kind of see if I'm still happy with it. And yeah, again, the Disorder stuff is I enjoy listening to it because it's I miss doing it too because we haven't played out in over a year.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I get a little bit of nostalgia, listening to it too. But yeah, as far as listening to my own music, I tend not to do that too often.
Makes sense. You might maybe in the early days of it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm interested because you and I are similar in the sense of we both play bass.
Mm-hmm.
We both can play the same instruments.
Yep.
And we both write music, but styles probably are different. But
right.
It's interesting to think about the fact that when you record your own music, when you want to listen to it. And it's funny for me, I don't know if it's the same for you, but when I release it, it goes right downhill from there.
Yeah, absolutely. By the time it's released, I'm like, I am done with that song. Like, for everybody else, it's brand new, but it's like, okay, that's enough of that.
And it makes it hard to promote your own music.
It really does.
Like, you almost need somebody else there to be like, I like this, let me promote it for you.
For sure. And actually, with the Disorder stuff, 94 Rock had one of our songs on rotation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they said they spun it around 2,000 times so far. So
awesome.
It's pretty cool that we've had the local support,
Yeah.
Which makes me sad that we're not playing out with it, but hopefully soon.
You're going to have to, now that you've mentioned it a couple of times.
Yep.
But it sounds like if you want people to listen to some of your stuff, definitely check out Disorder.
Definitely.
And maybe kind of wait to hear what's going to be coming out in the near future with some of the country stuff.
Yeah, and they can still check out what I got out. I still play some of those songs out live,
Yeah.
We've got, I've got a whole other band there, which is just Jake Desormo, which we can talk about.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff coming up here soon. I'm hoping to have at least one country release here early summer.
Awesome. So Jake Desormo is kind of its own band?
Yeah. Yep.
And who's in that one?
So it's actually the same guys from Disorder. I just switched them around. So Noah was playing bass in Disorder. He's playing electric guitar in this band.
Okay.
I play acoustic guitar, and obviously I'm the front man. And then Sam Woodrick is playing drums, and they both sing backup vocals as well.
Yeah.
Right now, here's the little the secret that we don't, announce from the stage. There's no bassist on stage. Because I'm a bassist, I'm recording the tracks in the studio right now, and we're running those live.
You're gonna really?
Yeah. Yep.
I've never understood that process, so I'd love to.
It's a process, and you got to make sure you know the songs really well, because
your drummer's probably playing to like a click.
Yeah, we're all playing to a click.
You're all playing to a click.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, and if you take a wrong turn, if you play like one part a little too long or something, then the bassist isn't going with you, you know.
Right.
So you got to know the songs in and out, and on a 3 or 4 hour set, that's a lot of rehearsal.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So,
So your family, is musical.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the point in time when you decided, I want to do this too? Or was it kind of like, take this and play it with us?
So I said I wanted to be a musician long before I ever put any effort into it.
Yeah.
Because I saw, my family playing. My parents bought me a guitar for Christmas when I was like 11, but I didn't have the discipline to sit down and actually learn it. I just wanted to be the guitarist. Like, I always wanted to do that. And then I was taking lessons from Tony Solari actually when I was young.
Gotcha.
And I started to get a grasp on it, and I would say probably maybe 14 I really started to dig in a little more. But then, as most bassists, the reason most bassists start to play bass is because they played guitar, and then all of a sudden somebody needed a bassist because nobody plays bass.
Right.
So they put a bass in my hand, and that was when I really started to fall in love with playing music.
Yeah.
And guitar was a backseat then, and then as time went on, like I started getting interested in my late teens in playing guitar, and I was probably 16 or 17 before I really started to dig into that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I always wanted to be a bassist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just something to it, isn't there?
Yep. Actually, in 2017, I had gotten laid off from New York Air Brake, and I always said I wanted to move to Nashville. And I'm like, this is my opportunity. The night I was told I was getting laid off, I got an apartment in Nashville. I moved down there a few weeks later. Didn't tell anybody I sang, and I didn't tell anybody I played guitar because I wanted to try to be a touring bassist.
Yeah.
Musically, things were going well down there. I didn't love the area that I lived in. I missed home for sure, and it was a big city, and I'm just not a big city guy.
Yeah.
I like to visit, but living in a big city was a bit much. So I was down there for about 3 months and decided to come back. But I was hoping to get a gig as a touring bassist. But now I don't get to play bass really much anymore, except in the studio.
Yeah, there's always the studio.
Yep.
Do you record most of the parts in the studio and then have the band play? Or
yes. So historically, I played everything except the drums in the studio. My brother either played drums on the country stuff, or my buddy Sam Widrick, and he's the one that played on the Disorder stuff.
Okay.
On our releases, I played everything but the drums for Disorder. Now with this country stuff, Noah has been stepping up and playing more electric guitar and stuff because it's nice to have the outside just perspective. Sometimes when you write a song, you just get so close to it. Yeah. It's difficult to come up with some of those ideas if you've already got formed ideas in your head. So I do play a lot of the stuff, but I'm always looking for outside musicians for, so it doesn't all sound the same.
Right. Yeah.
It's easy to fall into that trap.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's good that everybody has their own vibe with their own instrument, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I know that you're fairly early on in terms of being a full-time musician right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any advice or thoughts or ideas for the future?
This is probably one of those things I should have thought of before.
That's okay. No, I like to throw people on the spot with it.
Do stuff good. No.
Yeah. If that's what you want to say. Just do good things.
Drop out of school. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
If you want to say it.
I'm just kidding. No. Just do what you love. It's a scary step. I mean, for me, even though I saw the opportunity and it looked like I could make it work, it was still a scary thing to just walk away from a job that I had this sense of security in for 11 years,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you got to do what makes you happy. I mean, I know it's a super cliche,
mm-hmm.
But like, there's got to be something that gives you that drive, something that makes you love life, love what you do. Obviously, family and everything, that's super important, but what feeds your soul, it's really easy to just get burnt out in the day-to-day and to lose inspiration. Find what inspires you.
Did you feel when you quit the air brake and started going full time, or like at this point right now, how do you feel about the full time?
Best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm looking forward to seeing how far I can take it.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm only doing what I'm doing now, that's awesome. But if I can tour with it or something like that, I would love to take it to that level. You know, I actually am going to be playing. My band's going to be playing the State Fair this year and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, we played Turning Stone last year down at the Tin Rooster and stuff. So
Okay.
we've had some cool gigs and some cool opportunities. So it's we want to see how many of those we can get and see how far we can take it. You know.
Yeah. No, that sounds super exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks, man.
So so we'll put down anything that you want underneath this video and everything.
Okay, great.
Of what will be linked there. But is there anything else that you want to say?
I'll text you when I get home and let you know.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll throw it in the article underneath, even if it's not during this. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you so much for being our artist spotlight.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Jake Desormo.